So we're going to start with Australia and Melanesia, which is really the western bounds of Oceania. And Melanesia is this large group of islands to the north and west of Australia. And of course, Australia is the big thing right down here. Now, Australia itself has an interesting history. It's also a massive country. No one ever realizes it, but this map is made up of other countries that can fit inside Australia. Now, the Aboriginal peoples will arrive in Australia about 40,000 years ago. We're not 100%, but we're pretty sure that that's when they're arriving. They're coming over, we believe, during a period of glaciation, in other words, a period of glaciers, an ice age, when sea levels will drop and all of this dark area that you see here is suddenly land. So people can walk down here, down the chain, they come down this chain of islands, and then it's not that far when you hit that chain to see this large landmass. That's not a huge distance. And it's one that could easily be covered. So we see people coming into Australia, but also into New Guinea and starting to spread through the Pacific Islands from there. We have two different groups. I'm not going to get into the linguistic groups, but that's the basic idea. Now, they adapted to all climates, from desert to the tropics. And the Aboriginal people, specifically of Australia, had this perception of the world based on the concept of dreamings, more or less visions of the spirit world. And these spirits can be the spirits of animals, the spirits of ancestors, but they're interacting with them frequently during what we would call dreams, but they also have visions. So this spirit realm is known as dream time. And often their art is a symbolic link to their ancestral spirits in dream time. So they're trying to contact those ancestral spirits, a concept that we see in Africa with ancestor worship, even in the West, going back to Catalhoyuk, when they would bury ancestors in their own, under their own homes. And like many African tribes, art is key to ritual and dramatic recreation. Of course, they want to recreate the stories that really create and make their society. We have those too. We have stories at the base of our society. Everything from Mother Goose to Aesop's fables. Generally, their art is going to be small and portable. This is because the Aboriginal people are hunter-gatherers, so they are, by necessity, nomadic. And when you're nomadic, you don't want to carry anything large and heavy, and you don't want to carry anything that's unnecessary. So if they are carrying art, we know that it has to have a great deal of significance to them. And generally that means some form of spiritual significance. Mind you, I'm trying to be careful not to say religious as such, because religious has slightly different connotations.